everyone, it's Brianna Trusty, your very trusty source, and I'm back with a brand new episode of my series, Straight from the Source. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you've been here before, make sure the notification bell is turned on because trust me, you won't want to miss a second. This week I had the opportunity to sit down with season 20 voice winner Cam Anthony for a follow-up interview. We talked about everything from how we manifested his win in our last interview, to what Blake said to him after his win, and the surprising project he's looking to take on next. All that and more, and it starts right now. Well, hello, Kim. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. How are you?
I'm good. Better question. How are you? I imagine not too shabby.
It's definitely been a roller coaster of emotions, but I am definitely feeling really good and just taking it one day at a time. Things been crazy, so.
Yeah. Well, the last time that we chatted, I congratulated you on winning The Voice. At the time, I thought it was a slip of the tongue, but it was apparently like manifesting your win. So I can't even imagine for you what have the last 48 hours been like?
Yesterday I think it was around 13 interviews, and which blessings. I am extremely overjoyed that I'm even able to share, my message and get more information out there to everyone. But it's been crazy. I've been talking with my family. Everybody's been very excited. We've had some news show up at our house, which is not too great, but overall, it's been a crazy ride.
Yeah. Well, speaking of your family, right after your win, you hopped on Instagram Live to celebrate, and you pulled your mom on there as well. And she said that it felt surreal. Who do you think was more like surprised, shocked, excited by your win? You or her?
I don't know. I would have to say my mother, because she's definitely that's probably why I'm not anxious, because she just has all of the anxiety. And she's been like supporting me from the beginning, and she's worked so hard as well to make sure that I'm able to continue doing this. So I can see why she has so much anxiety. She's so excited. So.
Well, I'm sure she was on the edge of her seat at watching that when it came down to you and Kenzie. What was going through your mind in those final moments right before Carson read your name?
I was just really reflecting on the time that I had spent on the show. And, I met a lot of amazing people, made a lot of amazing, strong friendships. So I just was reflecting on that, but also just, I was cool with whatever happened, because I definitely felt like I wanted to be in the flow of things. I was only asking for whatever was necessary and whatever was most, best for me. And so I was pretty content with whatever happened. And I had a great time. I got the message that I wanted to give across. And so I was pretty satisfied with the entire experience.
Well, even if you were going to be happy either way, you have to admit that season 20 voice winner Cam Anthony has a very nice ring to it.
Yeah, honestly, it's been crazy to hear. Like my best friend said it one time. He was talking to someone. He was like, "Yeah, Cam won The Voice," and I said, "Whoa." Like, okay, yes, I have to get used to that. They will be sending me a trophy, so I got to be ready for that, But I'm just, again, it's an overwhelming experience. I feel extremely blessed, and I'm honored to be able to, be the winner of the 20th season on the 10th year anniversary. So I feel blessed.
Yeah, what a time for your win. And you mentioned them sending you your trophy, but on the day of, you actually did get to go walk over and pick up a trophy. What did it feel like holding that in your hand?
Well, it was quite heavy, I must say. I had to hold it out to take a few pictures, and I was like, this has some weight to it. It's so cool, like it's such an iconic thing, right? And just to be able to like be on that stage and what it's meant to just be on there, it was just a full circle experience. And so honestly, I'm still taking it all in. So I don't know.
I'm sure. Well, when you picked up that trophy, before you even got to the trophy, you shared a really sweet moment with Kenzie, and you guys were hugging. What did you guys say to each other in that moment?
I mean, we were just basically saying the same things that we known all along, which is that this is not the end. Like, we're both going to go on and number one work together. And then also, I love Kenzie. Like that is like my brother, and along with a lot of the other castmates, like we've literally created a family. Like a lot of people are meeting up soon, and I plan on meeting up with them. Like I think this is just something that's going to go on for a lifetime, and I appreciate that. So, yeah, we were just encouraging each other, and we knew that no matter what, like we would stay in contact and we would, take this thing to the top.
Oh. Well, you went from that really sweet Kenzie hug to a big Blake hug, your coach who believed in you from day one. And one of the last clips that we saw from your rehearsals, Blake joked that he would burn the building down if you did not win. So
Yeah.
luckily he didn't have to do that. But what did he say to you right after you brought home that win for Team Blake?
Well, when he was hugging me, he was just saying how proud he was, and he was like we did it, like this was it, it's over now, and you can breathe almost. And I just was like, at a point, I stopped listening because I'm like, all right, Blake, I'm about to start crying, like this is a lot. But he just held me, and it just was like it was a moment. I once we let go, I started crying, but it was just to have his faith and to have him believing in me like that. It's just like it's another level when someone like him and John and Kelly and Nick, like when they look up and say, Hope, you've done an amazing job. You can be a star. That is blowing my mind. So it's crazy.
Well, from the start, you guys were an unlikely pair, and I mean, but Blake said that he was going to keep the lane open for you, and he did just that. But that being said, you were kind of going into a bunch of lanes throughout the season. You were doing pop, country, rock, R&B. Was it Blake who encouraged you to kind of delve into all those genres, or were you the driving force behind that?
I would say Blake definitely encouraged it by being very passive and allowing me to figure out my own way. He, whenever he felt was necessary, would say, I think that's a great idea, go ahead and follow that. Or, maybe the way, like one time when I was doing Hard to Say Goodbye, he listened in our rehearsal. He was like, if you sing it just like that on the stage, it's good, right? And of course, there were things that I had to, add to it, but just keeping that framework and having an idea like, okay, this is a good framework to work from. It was very helpful. So I appreciate him allowing me to just, have my own creative freedom with it.
Yeah. And during that process, I'm sure he offered you lots of advice. What's the advice that you will kind of like hold on to forever that you're going to take away?
It's the fact that he just made sure that I was forced to be myself, and I was allowed to be myself. Like he creates this vibe and kind of neutralizes the room where it's like he'll throw a joke in there and you're just like it kind of just takes the stress off your shoulder and like eases everything. So I just appreciate how chill he was. Like it's made everything easier, even with production commitments when that can be pretty, complex and very, very confusing and whatever. He neutralized the moment, so it was very helpful.
Very cool. Well, you said that 10,000 Hours was one of your favorite performances because it, being a country pop song, stretched you as an artist. Did you feel that any other performances this season really kind of pushed you out of that comfort zone?
For sure. I would say honestly, all of the songs in my live shows did kind of push me in a different way. I think honestly, every song I've done on the show has pushed me in a different way. When it comes to like my blind, it was definitely my goal was to be able to bring forth a full message and try to just get you to feel everything I was feeling. And that, that's something that you have to practice and work on. But I think I would really say for Hard to Say Goodbye, it was such an emotional song for me, and it means so much to me that it was a challenge to just kind of keep my composure through the entire thing. But I would say it was still a nice challenge, and it taught me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, fans definitely did not think you made one wrong move, didn't sing one wrong note this whole season, but definitely one of the fan favorites was your performance of Feeling Good. And you've said that you use that song as like a benchmark year after year to kind of like test where you're at and see how you've grown as an artist. Other than the scat, how do you think you've grown since your last performance of that song?
Um, hmm. I've definitely feel like I've gained more control over my higher range, because I feel like in that song, that was my first time ever taking a risk like that of throwing a high note in there. And it definitely, like from looking back from my perspective, of course, I feel like I can find new ways to support it and find new ways to make sure it's stronger and, trying to throw that Prince in there. So, because Prince has a crazy, crazy falsetto.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just taking notes and studying. I think there's always a lot to learn from all of my performances. So I'm just gonna continue to look at them and, take this part and make it better. That's really it.
Nice. Well, when you were taking a look back at the season and you and Blake sat down with Carson, and Blake said that when he hit his button, he was thinking to himself, like, I don't even know why I'm turning around. Cam's not going to pick me. But when we last talked, you said that if Nick hadn't blocked John, you might have gone with him. Looking at everything now, do you think you could have won with John, or do you think that the Cam Blake matchup was the magic?
I don't even think about that, honestly. I think it was divine the way it happened, and I would never even question it, honestly.
Well, from even before the finale, Blake was saying you're a superstar and that you could be the first superstar launch from The Voice. Do you see yourself in that light? Do you see yourself that way?
Well, it definitely means a lot that he has that much faith in me, and I'm definitely working towards big things. So, again, I'm just asking for whatever's best and whatever's welcome in my cards. So, yeah, for sure, I'm shooting for the stars.
Shooting for
And Pat.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, you impressed quite a lot of people shooting for the stars this season. Blake told you that his sister watched your performance multiple times. I know in our last interview, everyone was flooding the comments from all over the world, all ages, just rooting you on all season. You have your visionaries behind you. What did it mean to you to kind of like have this almost like overnight support, just the support system growing and growing?
It's really overwhelming, honestly. But I think the key thing that I can take from this is that love and that idea of being able to see something bigger than what we have right now is something that can affect people and people resonate with and understand. And so to see that it's caught on like this is definitely life changing, and it makes me go, it makes me have faith in what we can do as a community, as visionaries. So I'm just very excited for the future, and I really, really do appreciate all of the support that has been coming in, and it's still coming in. It's blowing my mind.
It's gonna keep coming.
Mhm.
Well, when we last talked, I asked you what it would mean to you to win The Voice as compared to having one Showtime at the Apollo. And you said that it would be life changing because The Voice kind of represented you starting over as an artist. It's never easy to start over. So what does it mean to you to see that it all worked out?
It's just that same idea that, when you have to take a leap, just take the leap. Faith is most important when it comes to matters of the heart, really. Like you can't play with that. It's hard to explain, but I knew when I was in the quarantine that I needed to do something different. Like my love for music was, I wouldn't say dying, but it was dwindling. And it was because I had lost faith and hope in the fact that I could possibly continue on doing this, especially as a career. I moved to California alone, and I'm here, just trying to make it happen. And, this was practically a year in. And so I definitely needed to make a change. And I knew that 7 years with the label was a long time. And without putting out music, I would not be able to do what I love. And so I'm so grateful for this experience because it brought that love and that fire back. And it even gave me a newfound love for music that I am still learning and I'm still working to understand, but it's life-changing. It's really life-changing.
That's awesome. Well, I can't say enough good wishes to you. I mean, as you keep going on this journey, and The Voice has come to an end, but you're taking home $100,000, a recording contract, a trophy, a Blake bobblehead. What else are you taking away from your Voice experience and your time on the show?
I have a huge, huge, huge family that I'm walking away with. I want to shout out Christine Kane. I want to shout out Andrew, Marshall, Emma, of course. Emma and always best as friends. But just shout out to the entire class. I love. I said class. It's basically a class. entire cast, I love you all, and I appreciate the support and the community that you created.
Very, very good. Well, that voice family, y'all seem super tight knit, and I hope to see collabs with y'all in the future. That would be super cool. Is that coming down
Oh,
the pipeline, perhaps?
hey, definitely, of course, I will work with anyone.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, now that you've won, other than maybe taking a nap in the next couple days, taking a load off, I'm sure you're going to keep that momentum going. So, what can fans expect from you next?
Honestly, I definitely, like you said, want to take some time, maybe get a nap in. But I want to start putting out music. I want to make this introduction, of course, of, this is what you can expect. And I feel like the show gave a good picture of, the range and the places that I would like to go. So now I want to start, and I want to make sure that y'all get to hear.
All right. Well, some fans in my comments have already suggested an album title for you. They come up with a vision. They think
Okay.
your first one. What do you think about that?
I mean, hey, that sounds like it's all encompassing. So
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, in one of the last episodes, Kelly said that she felt like you were an artist who could do it all, from music to movies to everything. So I guess we just need to sit and stay tuned for what's coming next for Cam.
For sure. I'll put this out there, right? I've been saying this, and I've been really, 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 really manifesting it. So I'm gonna need your help as well, because clearly, like you said, you manifested.
I manifested this way.
So I am looking to do a live action version of The Wiz, right? I want to bring that back because I really, really, really love that movie. It's my favorite movie. So I definitely want to do that. I want to audition as the Scarecrow for sure. And I was thinking, if we have Missy Elliott involved somehow, that would be crazy. So I think everybody should just get on that, figure that out. That's amazing. Thank you very much.
No, you have it all planned out. It's in your head. You have it.
Something, we're working on it.
Execute.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, fingers crossed for that. We're going to make it happen. We're going to manifest this too. And then I will chat with you when you are on the set of The Wiz.
For sure. For sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for chatting with me again, Cam. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.